What's up, guys? Abstract Tiger Productions here. I'm Chris.
I'm Drew.
And we are back with a brand new episode of The Bad Batch. Last week on The Bad Batch, we had a... basically... nothing to do with The Bad Batch.
Yeah, they were
Absolutely nothing to do with The Bad Batch, except for
minute and a half cameo in their own show.
Yes. We focused a lot on Ryloth.
Yes.
And the somewhat transition of the Empire taking over. And, you know, if the senator, Onfrey was not so paranoid about Cham being, you know, a threat or whatever, everything would have went smoothly.
I mean...
What would have happened would not have happened.
I think he still would have, because
he would, if it came down to it, he probably still would be alive.
You're not wrong, but Hera and her uncle were up to some stuff.
Yeah, they were just kind of like, we want to really find out what this refinery is actually about.
Yeah.
That they had there, and and Cham was absolutely right whenever he had mentioned there that Onfrey just really focused more on his own personal gain rather than the benefit of Ryloth himself. Spending so much time on Coruscant.
Yeah.
Plump, as it were. So we also got to see your favorite character, Chopper.
I love Chopper.
And Hera. Yes.
I love Chopper.
Yeah.
Anyways,
and a teenage Hera.
Yes.
So yeah.
And teenage Hera got to meet young Omega. I mean, I don't know how Omega's going to age.
I
but
don't know, but obviously,
Omega.
They met Omega, and they had a wonderful conversation about basically what Tech sees as flying and what Hera sees as flying. And of course, Tech could not understand at all what feeling. Flying is a feeling I don't understand.
Right.
And the last thing that happened was basically Cham and Co, along with his wife, Ilani, got framed for the attempted assassination. The only thing I can think of is his fat protected his head. I mean,
I don't know. Like, that was a headshot.
I know, it's a headshot, yes. Yeah, he could have easily turned down the power of his sniper rifle, that it would just injure him or make it look like, that sort of thing.
You're not wrong.
I can see the Empire doing that, framing whoever is necessary just to get their way, and now they have their way to a certain extent. And the big question that's really on my mind, because by the time we see Cham and Hera's reunion in Rebels, Hera's mom is already dead.
Yes.
Do we see that in this episode?
I mean, you were over there thinking it was going to happen in the last episode. They would not go that dark. Dave Filoni would not go that dark.
I'm sitting here like, episode,
he'd be that dark.
I'm not saying that he couldn't be. It's just in one episode, that would be a lot to throw at us.
What was it, a 3-episode arc when Saw Gerrera's sister died?
Well, it was 4 episodes, I think.
Episodes?
Yeah, there was like basically 2 episodes of them training, and then an episode of them, or an episode and a half of them doing the training or whatever, and then there was like maybe another episode and a half of them actually doing the guerrilla warfare in the city and whatnot, and then
half an episode of them running away,
and
defending their camp.
Yes, and there's those gigantic, like discs, sized gunships.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
one of them shot Ahsoka, and she, made Ahsoka lose concentration, and she fell. And Saw just never was really the same after that.
Right. The reason why I ask is because I got the same kind of vibe with last week's episode. And they say that this is going to be Saw heavy and all that kind of stuff. And so I didn't know if it was going to be a 1, 2, 3 episode arc of Bad Batch.
I would like
leading up to Hera's mom's death.
Maybe they could easily do another, and I would be happy. But granted, this is the 12th episode.
They've got Chopper. I'm down.
Yeah, they've got after this one 4 episodes left.
If rumors are to be believed, yeah.
Yes, but so they may just take a couple of episodes, kind of like what they did with Cad Bane, before they resolve it or whatever. But obviously the situation on Ryloth is not going to be resolved until maybe after the Return of the Jedi. So, and that's a long ways away from now in the timeline. Anyways, we're getting way off track again.
Right? Yeah. No, I was just curious.
Yes. So let's go.
Give me some more Chopper.
Nah, we don't need more Chopper.
We need more Chopper.
All right. Let's get going into the new episode, shall we? Yay. All right. Chopper. A little behind, but yeah, Chopper. Rescue on Ryloth. All right. Make sure I spell Ryloth right.
Cham Syndulla, the liberator of Ryloth. Now the traitor of Ryloth. Your loyal followers will be even easier to deal with. Your daughter, too. Surely you know how dangerous it can be out there. You don't know Hera.
No, he does not.
I have seen how you treat your allies, Admiral. I prefer to be your enemy.
Have it your way.
There's been a lot of speculation that he hasn't really Order 66 yet because there's no Jedi on Ryloth.
I want all of Syndulla's found and arrested. Syndulla's forces attacked our transport and shot Senator Tar.
I was there. That blast didn't come from Cham or his fighters.
Is that so?
Yes.
Then please enlighten me. Who is responsible?
I don't know, sir.
Leave the thinking to me, Captain. You have your orders.
Yes, sir. I'll locate Harrison Syndulla myself.
That's not necessary. Another squad is handling that.
Oh,
it's only a matter of time before she's found.
Chopper! There you go. There's your Chopper.
Chopper, shh. I'm here. Hang on.
I searched the house. The Syndulla girl's gone. She could have already fled the planet. Not without her parents. Find her.
New plan, Chop. Meet me at the base. We need to send out a transmission, and fast.
Hey, the Bad Batch are actually in their own episode.
What's going on here?
Gonki's prime power source won't fully charge. I'm fixing it.
You can't. He's a defective unit.
Hunter.
Don't worry, we're defective too.
We are receiving a recorded
That's not very comforting.
but I do not recognize this frequency. Patch it through.
Omega, it's Hera. You have to come back to Ryloth.
Isn't she the kid from the weapons drop?
Hera?
The Empire's taken my parents, and they are after me now too. I'm sending coordinates. Please hurry.
gave her our comm channel.
For emergencies, and that sounded pretty urgent. We have to go.
We can't put ourselves on the line every time someone's in trouble.
Why not? Isn't that what soldiers do?
Alright.
Well, that worked.
Yeah. Secret hidden base.
Thank you for coming. I wasn't sure you would.
You said you were in trouble.
Care to tell us why the Empire's after you?
Because my father is Cham Syndulla.
The freedom fighter? What do you want us to do?
Free my parents from the capital. That's where they're being held. They can pay you if you get them out. Please.
I mean,
Don't have anyone else to ask.
Let's see what we're up against first. But no guarantees.
Oh, probe droid.
I hate probe droids.
The perpetrators of this heinous assassination attempt have been captured.
Assassination attempt?
Cham Syndulla.
That's not what happened.
Hunter, Crosshairs here.
Great. Just what we need.
Okay, that changes things considerably.
Plasma bridge has been deactivated. Why say we fly in and blow our way out?
Of course, that's your solution for everything.
Indeed.
The troop presence here is similar to that of Raxus. This is a military occupation. Ryloth's not a separatist planet. Exactly my point.
Oh no. Hello.
Wait here.
Ooh. Mush. That's all he needed to see to go way off mission now.
Yup.
He's a voice the people stand behind. That makes him a threat to the Empire.
I don't care about any of that. I just want my parents back.
There's nothing we can do.
Wait, you can't leave.
I told you, no guarantees. We'll get you off world and take you someplace safe.
Stop! I'll pay you double.
All the money in the galaxy won't matter if we're dead. What you're asking us
You're
to
not
do
wrong.
No.
is not worth the risk.
Not to you.
You shouldn't have said that.
Being strategic means knowing your limitations, Omega.
She's trying to save her family, Hunter. I'd do the same for you.
Yeah.
Clone Force 99 is on Ryloth. They were spotted near the capital.
We have a battalion of troopers right outside.
That's not enough. I know what they're capable of.
I'm more worried about what you're capable of. Since your squad is yet to locate Hera Syndulla, I suggest you stay on task, or I will find someone who can.
Ooh. Pit the reg against the Bad Batch, or former Bad Batcher. Yee.
Hunter means well. I know you're scared, but don't give up. He'll come around.
Why do you trust him so much?
Because he's my brother.
Brother?
Brother?
Him?
They all are.
You're lucky.
You can trust them too. All we need to do is think of a plan and convince Hunter.
Why would he listen to me?
Because it's strategic. Ryloth is your home. You know it better than us.
Yes, I do.
Pessimistic Chopper as always.
Right?
Attack the capital? What? That was my plan!
Imperial refinery on the outskirts.
I've been spying on their activity. I know their routine. If we attack there, reinforcements will be diverted from the capital.
We can use that distraction to rescue Hera's parents.
Heavily guarded, but Chopper can slip inside with the other droids and disable
Yes,
the
because
cannons.
people are not paying attention to droids.
Alright, you two go with Chopper as backup, but at a distance.
Really?
By themselves. Tech, Rekka, wait until those cannons are down and move in. Echo and I will scale the Capitol wall and free Harris' parents.
Oh, jeez.
Not as inconspicuous as the weird paint jobs, but let's go.
No. Or when they paint him black and orange to blend in with the Imperial droids.
Yeah, and he
Rebel.
totally doesn't look like an Imperial droid at all,
Yeah.
but yet it works.
Yeah.
Every
Oh. Yep, we have. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Hey, you don't belong here.
We have to help Chopper.
We will. But first, we need to take the console offline.
How are we going to do that?
With one of those. You said you wanted to be a pilot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, come on.
All right, Captain Syndulla, let's go. And you know
She hasn't worked on takeoff and landings yet.
right.
Oh.
Omega, has Chopper deactivated the perimeter cannons?
No. But Hera and I are working on it. Just don't shoot down our shuttle.
Wait, what shuttle?
Here we go.
What feeling?
Oop! Wrong way! Yep, that's, that works.
Chopper's like, bye!
Omega, I'm registering multiple explosions near the refinery.
That was us. Cannons are down.
What
Yeah.
are you doing here?
Breaking you out.
You know them.
They are mercenaries. But I didn't hire them for this.
Hera did.
Hera, where is she? Is she safe?
Well, it depends on how you define safe.
She's fine.
Yes, your dangerous and uncontrolled maneuvering is as confusing to them as it is to us. That's not their target.
Then why are they attacking it?
That's why.
Champ, wait. You're walking into a trap.
Okay. Whew.
There's a squad out there waiting. What the Empire is doing is wrong. You have to get out of here.
He hasn't been. Yeah.
Blocked.
We can use Senator Tara's shuttle in his private tower hangar.
I'm sorry, General. I should have stopped this sooner.
Our fight for Ryloth is not over. We will return.
I will not abandon my squad. They're good men. I have to try to get through them. Go, while there's still time.
Brothers, what are we doing? We came here to free Ryloth from Separatist control, and we succeeded. But look around you. You're now being ordered to target the very people we swore to protect, and I will not be a part of it any longer.
Oh,
Who
great.
will stand
Good
with me?
soldiers follow orders.
Yeah. They're not Order 66
No,
because,
like you said, there's no Jedi.
yeah.
That's the payment Tara promised.
Keep it. You'll need it. These occupations are happening on other planets besides Ryloth.
I hope to have fought my last war. But our people need us now, more than ever. We must organize.
Well, that's not something we can help with, General. I have my own people to look out for.
Tech showed me how to scramble a ship's signature.
We'll soon see how well it works. It is time for us to go.
Well, co-pilot, we didn't do too bad.
Do you have to go?
For now. But I'm sure I'll see you around. And keep an eye on your brothers. They need it.
I will.
Especially Wrecker.
Right?
Thanks for
It would seem I underestimated your four friends. If only they were fighting for us instead of against us.
Request permission to hunt them down.
Granted.
Oh boy.
Wow.
It didn't go as dark as I had anticipated, which I guess is a good thing, but
That still means that the mom dies off screen, or we're not done with this.
with the Syndulla family.
Right.
But I don't think we're going to, if there's going to be another season, it's not going to be this season when we get it. I have a feeling that probably the rest of the season is going to be dedicated strictly with Crosshair chasing after everybody.
Yeah, Crosshair, and we have to see if Cad Bane comes back.
Yeah. I don't
He
really...
lost his bounty and the money, so now he's got a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah. It was good to see Hera pilot by herself, even though she had a very rough start there.
By herself-ish.
Yeah, she had Omega there in the co-pilot seat, but really, what did Omega do other than just sit there and talk on the radio?
Right.
We had...
Which, if you think about it, that's all Kanan ever did, too. So.
I mean, Kanan actually sat in a turret at one time, you know, one of the dome turret, and shot at ships and stuff like that. Not like Kanan was sitting there like a bump on the log doing nothing, you know.
Right.
I mean, he, so, I mean, they're temporarily going off world.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, at some point, Cham does come back.
Or
with or without Hera, I don't know. I'm sure with Hera for a little while, and I'm sure after the mom dies, their relationship becomes a lot more strained,
right?
Because he starts focusing more on just strictly Ryloth because of that pain that he has. And I have a feeling that we probably won't see Hauser again.
I really thought he was about to get shot.
I thought he was going to get shot, or they were going to mow him down right then and there, but...
No, I thought that it was going to be Crosshair takes his shots, misses, sees them fly off, and sees everyone lay down their arms, and he's still in, like, mid-surrender, and they turn him around, and he starts walking, and I thought there was just going to be, like, what we saw last week with, Freak Da, and just...
I mean, like I said, it didn't go the way I had thought it would.
Yeah. Whether that's a good thing or bad thing.
Whether that's a good thing, I mean, it's just still, that question is up in the air.
Yeah.
Are we ever going to see Hera's mom? Probably not. We may just get, like, something... If they come back way later or something like that, it may get it to just a point where it's just like something that was mentioned in passing.
Right. It happens completely off screen.
Yeah, it happens off screen. We may just have something like, Hauser was basically tried for treason and executed as well.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Or possibly, if she's still alive... depending on how the timeline works, Hera is in Ahsoka's TV show, and there's a flashback. That's all I can think of.
I don't know if Hera would be in that. I think it's going to be pretty much her Sabine. If they've even put Sabine in there. And it just really depends on what particular time period, whether it's pre-Finding Ezra or post-Finding Ezra.
Right. But still looking for Thrawn.
Yes. I don't really have much to say. I mean, other than the fact that, yes, there was a rescue on Ryloth, but it's not going to be for very much longer.
Right.
And basically like what I said during the reaction about Hauser, he not had his inhibitor chip activated. And I'm sure a lot of his men don't, because there was no Jedi on Ryloth. It was just
so they
Cham
don't get the transmission.
They don't get it probably.
Because I thought it was passed down from like commanders to captains to the legionnaires to, and so on and so forth.
I would see that, yes, if it was like for, in the battalions and stuff like that have like Jedi generals.
Okay.
Ryloth, after Mace Windu had that whole arc in the Clone Wars on Ryloth, he left. There was no other Jedi there. But a battalion of clone troopers was left behind.
Right.
To help Cham. So
did we meet Hauser in Clone Wars and I'm just not remembering?
I have no idea.
Because he's a captain, so he would have been
of some sort of rank, yes. But then again, like in our universe, fresh troops could have been cycled in out. For people who have been, on the front lines, fresh.
Yeah. Because the two main officers we ever met were Captain Rex and Commander Cody.
Yeah.
Those were the two main officers that we ever knew.
Yeah. There have been others named throughout the series, but we just, only like one-offs or something like that. But
yeah, and then
I don't think Hauser was one of them.
Wasn't it Commander Jet or something like that attacked Captain Rex and Ahsoka?
No, that was Jesse. That was Jesse.
I don't know why I said Jet.
Because of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't know. There was a guy named Jet.
Dave Filoni.
Yes. That's the only thing that I can see, that Hauser was a clone captain that got, if he wasn't there originally after the campaign, which it sounds like based on his relationship with Cham.
Yeah.
He probably got assigned there after Mace left.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So,
okay.
And he spent his time there. So, and the only Twi'lek Jedi that we saw was Ayla Secura, and she was on Felucia.
Right.
And got basically cut down before she could even ignite her saber.
Right.
Spoiler for Revenge of the Sith. But if you're watching this before Revenge of the Sith, I'm sure you're probably really confused.
Very, very much so. It's all a dream. Go back to sleep.
Yeah. No, it's a Force dream.
Right.
So
you're seeing the future.
Oh. Anyways,
I literally had Captain Hauser not Order 66, and Crosshair finally got his mission.
Yeah, he finally
we've been
got
begging for it since episode 1.
Well, yeah, we suspected that it would happen at some point, that he would eventually get direct orders to go and hunt down the Bad Batch, and now he has. Now that Rampart has actually seen how dangerous they can be.
Yeah.
He's just like blowing off all of the basically warnings that Crosshair has given him up until this point. But it was pretty fun seeing Chopper pretending to be a normal droid. We all know that Chopper is anything but normal.
Anything but normal. Anything but normal.
Yes. And then we got to see his more psychotic side. His penchant for taking out other droids and people.
Yeah, he
casually.
Taser.
The only thing that was missing was the Loth cats.
Loth cats and golly, the Chopper said that connection was my favorite interaction. Ironically, it wasn't Hera and Kanan or Ezra and Kanan or anything like that. It was Seb and Chopper, them fighting all the time, and Seb talking in like English, common, and Chopper just and it's like he's just going at you, man.
Well,
Rust bucket.
I guess another next question is where do we go? Obviously, where do we go from here? Because now Crosshair is going to be focusing all of his attention with his 3 groupies, following the Bad Batch, trying to capture them.
I think the final showdown is going to be at Sid's. They're going to go back to Sid's, and Crosshair is going to ambush them there. I mean, that could be episode 15 or something like that. Yeah. But I'm foreseeing, just like and I keep referencing Mandalorian because that's the only other thing we've had to go off of. The final showdown in season 1 with Moff Gideon and Din and the crew was at
Navarro on Navarro.
Yeah, I'm golly, I keep forgetting his name. Greef Karga.
Yeah.
Greef Karga's bar.
Well,
or the bar that he liked to do business in.
Yes, until it got shot up and then they had to escape through the tunnels.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like that was the big climactic battle at the end. Not the big one, but the one that set up the conflict. And so I very much foresee them making it almost like a old Western style. Not quite Cad Bane style, but like old Western style, where they're holed up in the bar and then the bad guys just come strolling through town, kind of thing.
Possibly. I mean, it is possible. Yeah, that is if they do go back to, I don't know. I mean, they could go back to Sid. Sid's maybe for an episode, but I figure things are going to kick off because we are getting down to the last few episodes of the season. Things are going to kick off. And the only thing that I'm concerned about is will Hunter be able to keep his promise he made to Omega that she will never have to go back to Camino. Yeah, obviously you forgot about that. Based on that reaction.
I don't know. I really think that we're not done seeing Fennec. I think she's going to be a silent protector.
It is
like
possible.
they didn't officially say it.
No.
But it was the tone of voice they used. Like I maybe I read too much into it. But I almost feel like just off screen a little bit, Fennec has followed them everywhere they've gone since she let them quote unquote go.
Maybe. I mean, it just depends. I mean, I figure after her conversation with Nala Se that, there at the end of the one episode, I don't think she's being paid to be on retainer. If you understand that.
I'm not even talking about her being paid to do it. I'm talking about she had that little moment, and it was maybe like a minute and a half of the show. Little moment where they just talked for a minute, and there was just enough of a connection that I almost feel like how Hunter feels obligated to protect Omega. I got that same vibe from Fennec.
That. However, I can see that Fennec only using that just to get close to Omega to be able to get her. That's the only reason why she did that. That's just maybe I'm just being a little too cynical, and I don't have that much faith in Fennec being more altruistic, but
then again, she is still technically a new character. We've only seen her a handful of times.
Yeah.
And she's been in pursuit of someone each time. We've never really seen her off duty, quote unquote. So,
True,
like, that's the vibe I get, is like, she's just off screen. Like, she's hovering outside Ryloth because she's been following the Bad Batch everywhere they go to make sure Cad Bane isn't on their trail. Because if there's anyone that can actually get Omega from the Bad Batch, it is Cad Bane.
Well, he's already proven that, yes.
Right. So, but Fennec is the only one that can get her back. And even Nala Se said she's better off in their hands than ours.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. It's paraphrasing.
It was basically in the hands of the Prime Minister.
Right.
Oops. Don't want to knock that over. But that's all future stuff. Whether who was right, who's wrong, we don't know. Dave only knows, because
we need to keep a tally of predictions, and at the end of the season, be like, I won.
So far, I think I would probably be in the lead.
You know what? It's because it's your channel. It's rigged.
What? Yes. Yeah, that's the only reason why. I don't have any sort of weird inside track that anybody else doesn't.
You have a secret email account that you talk to Dave Filoni, and he gives you like heads up right before we film.
If I had just an email, I would imagine it would probably not be his personal one. It would be one that's controlled by some assistant of an assistant of an assistant. You deal with this. This is the fan one. That's your job only.
Plot twist, Dave Filoni comments on this. In the words of Panic at the Disco, hey, look, Ma, I made it.
Okay.
If Dave Filoni was to comment on our Star Wars reaction video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways.
That's delirium setting in from too much Star Wars.
Oof. And just sitting there being focused intently.
I still can't believe you didn't write a single note.
I was focused. I mean... anyways, so I guess that's going to be it for this week. I will let you guys know to prepare the first couple of weeks in August, which is going to really, really hurt both of us. I'm going to be going on vacation, so there's not going to be any sort of uploads during those 2 weeks. I am definitely going to be staying away from anything like social media wise, because I do not want to be spoiled about any 2 episodes that week. We may do, because I come back on a Thursday. I went ahead and took that Friday off from work, because I don't want to go to work one day. That's stupid. Before the weekend. I
feel you on that one.
We could do that episode that week.
Okay.
If you're up for it or whatever. But do not plan on seeing anything on the channel. I'm going to give you guys a little heads up so you guys can not be so heartbroken whenever you show up and like, where's stuff? Where's stuff at? No stuff. You know, so I'm sorry, but vacations are important, even for us as YouTubers. So following that, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell. Also check down our Patreon. Still, as of this video, not complete, but it is there, so you can go and check it out. There are a video on there that is not on YouTube. that you can check out. That's going to be a place for eventually. It's going to be once we get ahead on certain things, a place where you can watch eventually like early access things. That's not set up yet at this point. But it's also going to be a place where things that don't necessarily fit in what, any reactions or anything like that, can go and live. So, and if you're what's on there right now as a conversation we had about barbecue,
and it was delicious.
Yes. No pun intended. But anyways, so be sure to check that out. And until next week, bye bye and be blessed.